All right. I was asked why I never talk about alpha males, and I thought about it, and I said, well, because if you're learning this, it's easier to just not think about alpha males. It's easier to focus on beta male behavior and just don't do anything they do, and then your behavior, by proxy, will, be more of an alpha behavior. If you're not, that's why if you're not, yeah, unscripted video in the morning. Anyway, so today we're gonna talk about alpha males. All right. So what the fuck is an alpha male? Because this word gets so when a feminist or an omega female hears the term alpha, they lose their mind because there's so many people who proclaim to be an alpha male and they're just obnoxious. So the first thing is you can't call yourself an alpha, but someone else can call you an alpha, okay? Because they recognize that the behaviors that you're doing are um, to attract women efficiently and attracting the majority of women, not no fucking blue haired feminists who claim they want some homosexual fucking fruitcake ass fagile, right? No, it's the general population, the silent majority, the 75%. How do they actually want a man to act? So here we go. How to alpha male. All right. So the alpha male is a guy that, for one, he understands women's natures, and this part is where it gets controversial because when you understand women's nature, other women who do not want to be held accountable for their actions are going to attack you for it. Doesn't matter who you are. If you are legitimately an alpha male, you say something like a harsh truth about women's nature, expect to be attacked from women that you're not compatible with. Because when someone like this alpha male speaks, okay, um, mostly women are into it because they recognize that it's congruent behavior. One, but what he's saying is actually true. We're gonna get into some gems of when he talks about behavior. Okay, because you have to understand there's gonna be archetypes who just do not want to hear harsh truths, like the actual behaviors that get you attraction with women that women are attracted to, there's going to be a group of women, especially online, that are going to attack you for it, mainly because you're not compatible from the jump. It's someone when someone disagrees with harsh truths. Um, when someone agrees with harsh truths, what's going to happen is they they're never going to be compatible. They're not ready to be with a masculine guy. They'll they're more trying to entertain, like a gay friend, or that's why when women give you advice and it's like it sounds kind of off, it's because they're not looking for masculine. They're really not looking for masculinity. So not all women, but the ones who disagree with harsh truths. So let's get into it. Okay, so we'll briefly talk about the appearance, how you should model yourself if you're new to this, or even if you're old to this and you refuse to change your style or refuse to adhere to all the harsh truths. See, that's another alpha male fact. An alpha male is someone who adheres to all the harsh truths. There's so many harsh truths about women and their behavior. It can get overwhelming. And what a lot of guys want to do is they want to pick and choose which harsh truths to actually embody. And they end up picking just half, and they wonder why they don't have any results with women. An alpha male chooses all the harsh truths, lives it, embodies it. It's like a religion almost. Not on some cult shit, but kind of like how you take it seriously, right? So the first thing is, I'll talk about the facial hair. We'll talk a brief appearance. If you can grow facial hair, do it. You don't have to have like some epic beard, bro. like my boy over here, but you know, you should have it because that's something just on a primal level, right? When a woman looks at your face, it should have, you know, obviously not all of us are gifted with, like, you know, these jaw lines, right? That's more genetic. But what you can do is grow your facial hair out and just taper it to whatever beard you have. My beard, I have like mutton chops. That's how my beard grows in. Doing a full beard for me, um, it doesn't come in how I like it. So I just keep it like this, and that's my style. It works. Second off is, you know, I'm not gonna talk too much about this. You can ask Shane what his workout routine is, but you need to go to the gym. I would focus on arms, work your way down. If you're gonna be lazy, you should focus on everything. But honestly, you need to have physicality. I notice how I didn't talk about height. That part, don't even worry about because you have no control over that. What you do have control over is how much um, your fat ratio and how much muscle you can build. And trust me, women do recognize arms. Straight up, and dude, that is not a fucking dude. After years and years, I know when I do it. When I wear a wife beater, it's cold, so you ain't gonna see my arms. But you rewind and watch videos. Yeah, I fucking do curls and French presses and all that because I know women are staring at my fucking arms. It's not the first time I actually received compliments on my arms from attractive women. So I should, now that you understand that, yes, I'm verifying it. That you might have already known that, but a lot of guys want to ignore that. No, work on your arms first. Um, Second, if you, tattoos are optional. I don't have any tattoos. I'm not docking them points for it. I just don't have any because I haven't found any valuable to me that I want to do. But definitely that will make you stand out. So anyway, enough about the appearance. We're gonna go about his behavior and his philosophy of all this because this is how you actually get women, like straight up, no joke. So we're gonna go through some gems. This is my boy Shane Smith. We're gonna talk about him because you know, I suggest you follow guys like this. If you don't like my material, go follow him. Or maybe, but what's gonna happen is if you like my material, you're probably gonna like his material because he's very articulate with it. So we gonna break it down, okay? We're gonna break down some Shane Smith gems today, talking about how to be an alpha male. Well, he gonna tell you how. So let's go. Easiest way to push your chick away. Act super needy. It fires off her natural maternal instincts. Okay, so first I'm gonna break it down. He said, easiest way to push your chick away, act super needy. Absolutely. How many, and I'm gonna ask you guys too. It's not our, I wanna bring it back. This is not our opinions. These are harsh truths, dude. Because if it was up to us, we would want women to be easy little robots, press the button, get the reward type of shit. But that's not how women ain't built like that. So what he's talking about is life experience, okay? We talking the same fucking language, all right? Being needy. See, guys think they can't be needy once they already have sex with a girl. Well, I'm already in a relationship, John. That's called loving each other. No, it's called over affection. Okay? Now we're talking about beta males. In a relationship, you can definitely be overly accommodating. You can definitely be overly affectionate. Overly affectionate and overly accommodating, those two A words. So over affection is like always being extra overly positive or overly like um, affectionate, like overly all the time, and there's no like that's the baseline, and there's no range. There's no like teasing up here. There's no little bit of like drama, a little bit. It's just like, and I mean manufactured drama, not like real drama. Just be like, damn girl, you always wear those shoes, don't you? Something small, because I'm telling you right now, women thrive off of drama, bro. There is no relationship that's just even keeled. There's different archetypes of women, but there has to be some type of what we're calling range of emotions, okay? He says, easiest way to push your chick away is act super needy. So being super needy would be being accommodating, overly affectionate. That's needy. I don't care if she hasn't told you it's needy. When you start seeing her behaviors change, it's needy. Let's keep going. It fires off her natural maternal instincts, wires the recognition towards weakness and nurturing agency. In other words, see, Shane talked eloquent. What he means, my interpretation of that is you act like a kid. What's the easiest way to turn a woman off? Act like a fucking child, like a man baby, playing video games, computer, like you're more focused on your Call of Duty score than having sex with her. That's the type of shit we talking about right now. Okay, Jesus fucking Christ, man. So now because she goes, well, his behavior is like a child. She gonna treat you like a goddamn. You don't fuck children. And all of a sudden the sex stops. It don't stop automatically, but the sex will be like maybe if you guys did triple monkey backflips in the bedroom, she'll barely suck your dick. Then it turns to she won't suck your dick at all. Then it turns to let's just cuddle. Then it turns to I don't know, I'm just not in the mood, and it stacks because guys, like I said, delta males get into this type of shit. What's a delta male? The delta male is the average guy, average success. But what happens is when he finally does get a girlfriend, they get complacent and he stops learning. The delta male only accepts half of the harsh truths. Like all these harsh truths he's saying, the delta male will literally choose half of them and discard the rest. So what does that look like? It looks like he's barely average. Like he might get a girl into him, but it's not the type. Of course, when I want to talk, it fucking goes off like this. Where were we? So he says, last thing you want. Okay, so for the protection and survival of her bloodline, you guys have to understand what women are. Okay, women aren't nothing but women, a creature looking for whoever got the best survival and replication value. That's all a woman is. She's like, I think I can. This man, I can survive with this man long term. Okay. Then she checks your minimum physical attraction requirement. That's also part of this. Well, that's another video. I'll briefly talk about that. It's mainly saying I have to have a guy that's at least decent looking. That's what that means. But the behavior is what she's attracted to. Like what compatibility long term. Yeah, he's nail on the head. Survival of her bloodline. Okay, that's how you have to look at women when they're judging you if they should talk to you. She says, "Can I survive and replicate with this man? Meaning, is this person a protector of some sort to me?" Now, I didn't say he's a provider. He's a protector. Those are different. There's going to be some provisions made, but a female that's only looking for like a monetary gain is looking for a transactional relationship. Now we're talking about beta males. We're talking about beta males. We're not talking about beta males now. We're talking about like the majority of decent women. Okay, survival of her bloodline. Last thing you want to provoke is her mother's side when you're attempting to keep the attraction high. Exactly. She doesn't want to fuck her children. When you exhibit the same emasculated behaviors as her children do, like when you whine, we never get to go out. Like there's plenty of ways to act emasculine. Apologizing when you're not wrong, just to shut her up, that's emasculine. Whining, right? Please, come on, girl. We never get to go out on Saturday. That type of shit. Seeking her approval and everything. What do you think about this? What do you like? It's like, who gives a fuck? She'll tell you. You shouldn't have to ask what she likes. She'll tell you. You have to have some type of agency between you guys. You have to have some type of independence, even in a close relationship. This ain't no couples t-shirt type of bullshit. All right. Last thing you want to provoke is her mother's side when you're attempting to keep the attraction high. It's why she nags you and talks to you like you're 5. You ever get it when I've had that in my beta male days? You know why I talk about beta male so much? Because I used to be one. I remember I was talking to this bitch, and she used to try to like try. She used to try to like dress me up in like some girl shit or something. Like she'd be like, "Put this on, it's cute," like as a joke. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Her name was Lindsay. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Are you kidding me? Like, that's weird. I'm not a woman. Wow, it's not funny to me. It's not funny. It's not funny to dress up as a woman. That's not masculine. It's not a joke. You have to look. If you don't take yourself seriously, they won't. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I like threw that. It was like some girl sunglasses. I like threw it across the room. I was pissed. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like I'm like trying to get dressed, and she's like, hee hee hee. I'm like, get that shit in my face, girl. Fuck off, Lindsay. That's why we don't talk no more. Anyway, Lindsay Bradford, fuck you. Natural reaction to someone close to her. I'm sorry. Natural reaction to someone close to her being feeble. Right. So when a woman changes her behavior for the worst, it's because she's mirroring the bad parts of your behavior. Okay. Outside of her period. When it's her period, everything's fucking irritates her. But outside of that, outside of those 30 days a month, or 30 days, or whatever, once every 30 days ever. Let's see what else we got. One of the biggest tests she'll use to check your balls is if you stick to your guns with boundaries. Absolutely. You ever see me post something, if you've been on this profile longer than 2 minutes, every time us men say standards for women's behavior, hell, just equality standards for women. What happens? Every time. Women pretend men don't get to have boundaries. Only women do. So, any woman who disagrees with your boundaries, if they're not, okay, when I say your boundary, they can't be crazy. They have to be calibrated. Your boundaries can't be like, you have to suck my dick every 3 minutes or else we're done. Okay, that's not, that's funny. That's not some gamma male shit. You know what a gamma male is? I'm always going to remind you for someone new watching. A gamma male is someone who has extreme expression over relatability. They're not relatable to anybody. They're too fucking edgy. That's a gamma. Too edgy. So you gotta have boundaries. But what I've noticed is when we just mirror back the boundaries that women put upon us, women's boundaries are I don't fuck on the first date, right? Women's boundaries are he has to be, past my minimum physical attraction requirement. He can't be too sexual, but he has to understand not to friend zone himself. That's such a difficult balance because most guys want to just grab her by the pussy, but they typically get turned off by it because there hasn't been a narrative built on the date to justify that yet. What is a narrative? It means there has to be some rapport built. It means you have to be a little sexual, turn it off. Be a little sexual, turn it off. There's always pressure on. It's just taking the pressure, so lessening the pressure, because that's what a date is for. So let's say my boundary is, hey, after 3 dates, you'll never hear from me again. That's my boundary because what's the point of a date if you're gonna just keep going on dates without any type of sexual, without kissing, touching, heavy petting, without crossing that friend zone line? Well, you want a gay friend, and that ain't me. Hey, you better go to the hairdresser, get you some fucking flamers to eat ice cream with. Talk about boys, adult pajama bitch ass motherfuckers. One of the biggest tests she'll use to check your balls is if you stick to your guns with your boundaries. So she'll try to, in other words, she'll try to see if you actually mean it. And guys kowtow a lot. You know what kowtow means? It means you fold. you guys fold. When a woman puts pressure on you, you guys fold, bro. See, women know to apply pressure to see if you actually mean what you say. You wearing that shirt again? My favorite shirt. Ugh, whatever, Jonathan. Okay, I'll just take the shirt off. Right? No, I like this jacket or whatever it is, right? Or whatever it is, right? I'm just making it up, but whatever boundaries, like, but as a man, it's also your job to not have reasonable boundaries. You can't, like I said, you can't just set some crazy. You can't be like these goofy women out here and say I only date supermodels or something. That's a stupid boundary to have. So it goes both ways. Where the ground rules where the ground rules all talk vocal tactics, where the ground rules all talk vocal tactics or something you actually live by. So women know when you're faking the funk. That's why women hate the term alpha male, because they don't hate the term alpha male. They hate the term that most guys who call themselves, anyone who calls like I'm an alpha male, that's almost always a bad sign. It's probably a gamma male, and they're gonna be unreasonable. It's like they're machismo, okay? But Shane don't do that, and I don't do that. You know what him and I have in common? We don't call ourselves alpha males. We just talk about what behaviors you should be doing. And if you actually look up what those behaviors are, they're alpha male behavior. So you don't have to be a fucking rocket scientist to put two and two together. Because these behaviors, no matter what woman's, and here's the thing, you can't listen to women's suggestions or something, because you can't have an estrogen creature, which is a woman, tell you how to be masculine. You have to look at other guys who have been successful with women and base your behaviors off of that. You cannot. Women are like Satan as far as advice giving. 90% of the time, it's not because they're bad people. It's not because you're misogynist. It's because they have no experience. That's why we don't listen to women. You have to experience women. You can't listen to them. You think I'm just gonna let? That's why we're in the boat we're in now. Because guys take women's advice at face value, and women don't know what the fuck they're talking about because they've never attracted a woman. A woman has never attracted a woman before. Therefore, her opinions are invalid. I don't care what you think. I care what your pussy responds to. And more than likely, you are not self-aware to know what your pussy responds to, straight up and down. It's not a joke. And once you finally realize that is the day you're going to get good. All of a sudden, women will start wanting to hang out. All of a sudden, women will start wanting to hang out with you. And when they do hang out with you, start acting masculine for one, start touching their butt and shit, screening for chemistry. Oh, okay, now, hey, this girl says, all right, I think he's a man. I can act feminine around him. You gotta take the risk, guys. So quickly realize if you are bluffing. See how far you'll cave. Exactly, because most guys will cave. They think. See, a beta male thinks by caving and rewriting his standards for a woman, he thinks that that will get a woman to convince a woman to like entertain him. No, what it showed you is you can't be trusted. See, a woman will fuck. A woman. Here's the secret, guys. A woman will still fuck you if she disagrees with you. The woman doesn't have to. The woman, listen to me. The woman does not have to agree with you to have sex with you or to start a relationship with you. She does not have to agree with you. She can be bitter about it. She can have a little tantrum, but that's just a shit test to see like can this guy have balls enough to have his own opinions without needing my approval? That's part of attraction, dude. It's part of attraction. You shouldn't be like, well, I tried that thing you liked. It was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought. No, if you don't like it, or if she's saying something stupid, for instance, if she says something like, men and women can be friends, and you're like, all my friends are non-platonic, right? That's going to cause, most women are going to disagree with that. Does it change the fact that that's true? No. Still true. You can disagree with it all you want. Still fucking true. This is one example. This is one hypothetical example. She wants to see if you're going to, she's like, well, she wants to see if you're going to change your mind just to try to get in her pants. Ironically, as soon as you change your mind over something you honestly don't agree with, she says, I can't trust him. That's not strength. Remember when he said, in other words, he said survival, replication value. How is that valuable to change your mind on a whim? It's not that. No, that's not masculine. I'm talking about harsh truths. Shit that can't be argued with women. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that shit. Ultimate test to see how safe she is with you. That's right. How can I feel safe with the man if he's wishy-washy? This motherfucker just told me he don't like asparagus. And I said, here comes the airplane. Eat the asparagus. That's what girls, you know what? That's what girls think about this. When's the last time a girl tried to change your mind like that? Yes, you do. You like the asparagus. Eat the asparagus. Like, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll eat it. Oh, it's not that bad. I'm just using asparagus as an example because I don't like it. So, I'll eat broccoli though, but I don't like, you gotta get your greens in. I just particularly don't like that. Or okra, by the way. So, that's just one. I'm just using food as an example. It's always something that comes across as relatable, right? Everyone has a food they're not going to eat, and then someone tries to force you that food, and you're like, dude, I told you no, okay? Let's use another example. Hey, I'm going to the gym tonight. It's like my scheduled gym day. She goes, come hang out with me instead. Snuggles. I want Snuggles. Shane, I want Snuggles tonight. Don't go to the gym and prove to everyone you're an alpha male with your behavior. I want Snuggles. Jim. Shane's like, bitch, the gym is like, the gym is how I got you. What the fuck? Why would I change my behaviors for you when women do that though. They want to see if they can try to change you. Now, this is different between compromising. A compromise, you should consider that. Do you get that? See how this is all nuanced? You have to have some type of compromise because sometimes, and I mean sometimes, maybe like 1 out of 10, a woman will actually say something that's smart, well thought out, and you're like, you know what? That's a more efficient way of doing things. All right, you're right, but that's 1 out of 10. You can't just change your willy-nilly. You can't just change willy-nilly just to agree with a woman. That's the point of all this.